I think I could count on one hand the number of times I've played against this deck in Pauper. I've been playing for some time now and I have a couple of games behind me, but I've played only like 3 or 4 times against this deck. This is Poison Storm by William, who is a pilot who consistently goes 5-0 with this list, which is pretty impressive, and we are trying to replicate just a little bit of their success today. The great benefit of playing some Poison Storm is you don't really care about the opponent's life gain. You also don't care about their creature removal. The only thing you care about is surviving long enough so that you can get them to 10 poison counters. You enable that using the Infectious Inquiry or one copy of Prologue to Phyresis, and then you just proliferate. This version plays the Thirsting Roots, which is a very cool new addition to this deck. It feels also really powerful. It plays a ton of depletion lands which are really strong with proliferation. You play all the best proliferate spells you can be playing. You also play 4 Lorians, which allows you to play just 17 lands. Notice that there are no dual lands, just the islands to search with, the Lorien reveals. And the centerpiece you also want to find to help you storm off much quicker is the Pentad Prism with Sunburst. If you put 2 Sunburst counter on this and then proliferate more and more, this can make you a ton of mana during a game. There's some fixing with Manamorphose, you can buy some time and make some mana with the depletion lands with Snaps, and you also play 4 Weather Storms to survive all the aggression in the format. This deck is especially weak to counter magic, which made William go for 3 Pyroblast and 4 Dispel in the sideboard, which is super reasonable. 3 Fairy Makas against the Spy decks and 2 Moments pieces against like Elves and Slivers, just decks like that. Also, William has played 3 Breath Weapons. I did not have enough ticks yet again, so I'm going for 2 Fiery Cannonades instead of the 2 Breath Weapons, and let's see how we do. I'll see you in the games. Okay guys, now we are playing against Zoka. Let's play first. Pretty cool. Okay, what do we think about this hand? It has Thirsting Roots and Hickory Woodlot. I think I'm gonna keep. As weird as this hand is, I think I'm gonna keep. Because of that, I think I'm gonna lead on a Woodlot. It would be nice to get a triple proliferate, but I don't think it's too necessary. Maybe Surgeon's Insight, that is sweet. Gonna go Scary. I'm gonna Woodlot. I think I'm gonna... Well, I don't have to do anything really, to be honest, right? Yeah. I can just wait and actually use the proliferate to its fullest, so maybe that's the best. Bridge, Snow-Covered Island. This is probably Jeskai. Yeah, this is Jeskai Ephemerate. They're gonna go Plains, right? Yeah. That's a hard matchup, really hard. They have Dispels and stuff. We're gonna try our best though. Steady Progress, okay. Well, we can go Steady Progress and just Thirsting Roots and be pretty happy about all of that if you want to do that. They're tapped out, so might as well. But Steady Progress here. Just draw, find a forest. Okay, let me Thirsting Roots. Do I wait with the Thirsting Roots? I don't think I do. I'm gonna Thirsting Roots now. Maybe this is wrong. Definitely let me know below if this is wrong or not. I'm just using my mana efficiently, but maybe this is not how you play this deck at all. Maybe you just first get the Inquiry and then proliferate both of these. Maybe, possibly. I don't have, maybe I should have searched for a swamp with this Thirsting Roots instead. Maybe that's better. They're gonna go Preordain. Yeah, maybe that would be better. I have no black now. That was pretty bad of me, I think. I can go Lorien revealed. I think that's pretty good. Playing white, this is probably another Wildfire, right? Would there Wildfire me? Oh my god. Well, it's actually pretty good because now I get to get the swamp. It's not that bad. Let's draw. Find a Woodlot. Okay. Let me tap the Needle and the Swamp. Let me go for Infectious Inquiry. We find more Inquiries. Wow, okay. In that case, I think I'm gonna go Woodlot. This swamp is crucial to my being here. Getting the Scary destroyed kinda sucks, but it's also not the end of the world, I think. They go Preordain, sure. Okay, this could be Counterspell. Very well, right? Very well could be Counterspell. I have no blue. I think I need to cycle my Lorien for an island. That's fine. I'm gonna go Needle Swamp, try to Augury. They'll let it happen. Interesting, they'll let it happen. So they don't play that many instants. I could just pass here and be decently happy about it. We have a lot of card draw. I mean, deploying this Pentad Prism would be amazing. I don't believe there is no counterspell here. I'm just gonna pass the turn, I think. I don't think they have played that many like instants to actually play at their end step, so this has to be like some actual counter magic. They held up Union of the Third Path. That is a good instant to play. Doesn't change the fact that I still believe that they have counter spells in their hand. 1, 2, 3, Muldrifter Ephemerate, hold up counterspell. Well, Muldrifter Ephemerate isn't that great. They're gonna discard a lot, but it's card selection if that's what they're going for. They're thinking, how much do I need to wait? How much do I need to play something? I'm scared the most of the waiting game probably, because that's where it can get a little bit dangerous for us, right? These control games are probably the hardest matchups, honestly, for Poison Storm, but we're gonna try our best. Murmuring Mystic, okay. Looks like they're holding up a counterspell. For sure, for sure. Question is, what are they gonna counter? I'm gonna go Needle, Swamp. I'm gonna lead on an Inquiry here. If they counter this, I'm the happiest man. This just works. Sense to Needle, okay. Needle. The Roots would be really cool, but they're probably not gonna counter them. If they have an actual counterspell, they're probably gonna go for the Prism. Do I care if they go for the Prism? Honestly, at this point, oh, I'm also pretty stupid. I also tapped wrong, so I don't have double colors. That is terrible. Do I just play the Prism for 1? See if they want to counter it. Let's go. Need to live up to my mistakes. Let's play the Prism. Sunburst is 1. What are we doing with that? Because if this was gonna eat a counterspell, it doesn't matter. They don't care. Okay. Are you gonna counter my Thirsting Roots perchance? It's a sorcery too. This spell doesn't work. Are you gonna counter my Thirsting Roots after all of this? Honestly, it's a big mistake to have only one Sunburst counter, but it's not the end of the world, but it's pretty bad. Obviously, I should have started with Swamp and Hickory Woodlot, not the Needle, because that's the only red source we have, so that was pretty stupid. They're gonna counterspell my Thirsting Roots. Okay. I mean, for sure. That's fine. I think I'm gonna search for Double Island with Lorians, I believe. Rustvale Bridge, okay. Looks like Muldrifter Ephemerate, yep. You could have waited to draw the 2 cards first, but sure. Now it's kind of a big problem that this Pantad has only 1 counter, because I could go Augury on the end step, now I can't. Also, I could have gone Vivisurgence inside. Yeah, I'm making a lot of mistakes. They're just holding up a counterspell here. Also, I didn't cycle the Lorians. Okay, it's pretty bad. Okay, we do find the Manamorphose. That is fine. I'm gonna go Woodlot, Manamorphose, double blue, add green to the mix, try to Augury with the green. It works. We have a Snap. We do have, yeah, I think Snap is quite good actually. I like Snap. Any order, Proliferate. They obviously have like a Dispel and stuff, you know, you already know they do have all that, but I can go Steady Progress here, I suppose. We have Double Needle, okay. I also need some blue sources. Let me go Steady Progress. If they counterspell, I'm gonna Snap the Mystic. It just works, okay. I mean, I could go pretty hard here. Oh, Woodlot. Let me Proliferate there. They countered this before, maybe they will again. No? Okay. Do we try to Snap? We have literally like no islands. It's actually kind of crazy, but do I try to Snap or is it too greedy? Well, they will definitely, I mean, not definitely, but probably counterspell a Snap. I'm gonna try to Snap the Mystic, yeah, I will. And I'm gonna slam a Lorian if this works. It's just a Dispel probably. They'll bolt me? Okay. So, okay, it works, cool. I'm gonna go Woodlot probably. We have literally no blue sources, it's kinda embarrassing actually. But I can make this work, especially if we find a Weather the Storm, it's actually quite sweet. I'm gonna go double blue, Needle. This is my only black source, so Woodlot, Insight, Contentious Plan, sure, that's kinda good. Yeah, I should have had an island. Did I play land this turn, by the way, guys? Oh my god, I need to go way back. This is this turn, it already 3 minutes. Here is the turn. We draw a card, removes cast Manamorphose, removes a charge counter casts. No, I don't think we did. I do not think we did. I'm gonna cycle 1 Lorian with this. Pick up an island. Hopefully I'm right about that. I am. I also should have looked down here. Okay, so we have the Contentious Plan. That is sweet, which is exactly what I'm gonna go for, I think. Hold on. Should I? Fine, I'm gonna Proliferate here, and here. Done. We do find another Snap. That is really good. Lord. I wish I played a Scary a little bit, but that's fine. I'm gonna go Woodlot. I'm gonna snap the... I don't know, this is 2 cards. Gonna snap a Bird, I think. Do I need to untap? If I wanna cast the Insight, which I do. Yeah, do I need to untap the Island? Yes, I do. So I'm gonna go Island, like Woodlot, probably. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go Insight. We can actually win if we find like an Augury or something. Close. Oh, we didn't. Okay. Should I be scared? Do you think we're dead? I don't know. We're gonna see. I think I forgot to Proliferate their poison counter again. I think I'm trolling, right? Yeah, I think I forgot to proliferate their face yet again. That's actually terrible. I should never do this. They're gonna rebound on the Drifter. I almost forgot. I did forget they have the Ephemerate. So I should have maybe snapped the Mole Drifter so that they can't actually just rebound it. Yeah, that was a mistake. They're gonna go for an Augur of Bolas. At least we know what we're dealing with. Cleansing Wildfire, we don't care that much. They can kill one of our depletion lands. Still doesn't really work because we have no blue depletion lands. So also they should have been at 9. I think I forgot to proliferate with the last insight, which is obviously terrible. That should never happen. They reveal a bolt. Okay. They reveal a bolt. Gonna go to attacks. I don't think we're dead. They play Scrads, right? So, Jesus. Double bolt, we're dead, I guess. They have 1 bolt. That's it. Okay. Let's draw an Infectious Inquiry. So they're basically dead, but they also just aren't. I'm gonna go 2 mana. Let's go Pentad Prism. We do have another Black Source. I don't have a Peat Bog. Hold on. I don't think I want to do it that way. I'm gonna go Needle Woodlot, go Pentad Prism, 1 of each. They have the bolt, so this Inquiry has to wait. If this kills me and they get the poison counter, is it a draw? Is that how it works? Guess we'll have to see. I'm gonna go 1 of each. I'm gonna go for the Lorien here. They're gonna counterspell probably. This works. Contentious Plan, Weather Storm. I think we are kinda alive here. They need to actually counter the plan. We can also search for an island with this Lorien. It's pretty good. This works. Okay, interesting. I guess done. Are we gonna win even through our mistakes? I'm gonna go Manamorphose. Should I? No, maybe not. If they counter that, it kinda sucks, to be honest. I'm gonna go black. I'm gonna go for an Augury. They need to counter that now. They can dispel it if they want. No, it's an actual counter spell. Reasonable. There's multiple ways to win, I can see. I'm gonna go Woodlot. Go Manamorphose. We're gonna go blue, find the Lorien. So that's free. Didn't play land, I think. So I'm gonna go cycle that. Do have a last island, which we can play. We can Weather the Storm whenever we want. We can go Infectious, hold on. Can we Infectious Inquiry, then Weather the Storm after they bolt us? Hold on, I think we can. This is pretty good, right? We can go here. Infectious Inquiry, they will try to bolt us. We Weather in response. They will bolt us. We're gonna Weather the Storm in response. This is the perfect way to do it, right? We won. Jesus Christ. The fact that I didn't proliferate with my Vivisurgence inside there was almost game losing. They have a pretty interesting hand here. Okay. So that's the first game. I played honestly pretty bad, to be real, but it was cool. It was cool. It was cool. Alright, so we need to bring in Dispels and Pyros. That's no question about that. I don't think surprisingly, I don't think we need Weather the Storms. I also don't think we necessarily need the snaps. I could be wrong about this, but I think that's the case. I also think I can ditch like 1 Surgeons in. Well, Vivisurgence is really good, but 1 Vivisurgence inside 1 Steady Progress, maybe 1 Inquiry. I'm gonna bring like 2 Fairy Macas because they obviously rely on Archaeomancer, which is really good. Snapping back the Mole Drifter before the Ephemerate could be good, but I think we're gonna go like this. They're gonna bring in Cast Interfires. They have probably Dust to Dust. They have like a lot of Blue Blasts. Yeah, this is gonna be hard. I do like Fairy Maca. I think 4 sources to give poison counter should be enough. I'm gonna submit. Even though Weather the Storm was a game winner, I don't think we need that in the post-board games and in the long run. I don't think life gain is how we win this. And the Pentad Prisms could become obsolete yet again. I guess we will have to see. Woodlot, Peat Bog. There's no blue source. This actually feels pretty bad. I don't really like these lands with the reminder of this hand. I don't really love that, to be honest. So I think I might just have to mulligan this one. They move to 6-2. This hand is good. It has Lorien revealed in it. It also has a Dispel and Morphose and a Woodlot. I'm gonna keep. Worst card of these? Dude. It probably has to be... I don't know. I do want my Lorien. I think it has to be the Manamorphose, actually. Yeah. I do have kind of my colors pretty well set up here. They move to 4. Oh my god, that's not awesome for them. I actually heard that Jeskai is pretty consistent, especially in the mana base, right? Peat Bog, Woodlot. Okay. Well, none of them is Saprazan Scary, so that's that. I'm gonna go for a Hickory Woodlot in that case. They go for Rustfell Bridge, 3 cards in hand. Saprazan Scary. Saprazan Scary. That's different. If I go Scary, I can go Augury protected by Dispel. That is powerful. Yeah, that's really powerful. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Because we can even proliferate on the Peat Bog. It's like so good. Okay, that's not double blue. This could be a Pyro hand. And Pyro hand is good. I can actually do this on my end step since this is a instant. If it doesn't work, I'm honestly pretty screwed. So I really need to make sure that Augury into Dispel goes through. If they like Cycle Lorien or something, I might do it. Yeah, they are holding up interaction, I think. 1. Cycle Lorien. This might be the point to do it. I'm gonna tap both. Because if I spend double blue on the Augury, they have a Pyro. It doesn't go through. My game plan is fricked. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna actually do it, even though it means losing a depletion counter. Okay, they just slide it through. Okay, that's good for us. We can use the Peatbog with an island for the Inquiry. I'm gonna go with the Inquiry here. I go any order. I'm gonna proliferate. I think it was maybe, you know, a little bit too much here, like too hasty. But we can use one of the mana to cycle Lorien, so it's not that bad, right? I think I'm gonna... Do I do it? Or I also have a lot of lands. This Lorien might be useful later. I don't think I will. They're gonna go for a glacial floodplain. We find a Fairy Macabre, which could be useful later. I don't think it's great now. I'm gonna go for an island. We're gonna go Peatbog Island, go for the Infectious Inquiry here. Find a Pentahead Prism, that's cool. The problem is this would... Hold on. If I go Pentahead Prism here, I don't think I want to go Pentahead Prism here, right? If I go Pentahead Prism here, I have 2 mana overflow. This has 2 counters. I can't really get to 4 properly. And I have nothing to use the 2 mana for. And furthermore, I couldn't protect anything with this spell even if I had the mana. Because Vivisurgence 5, I don't think this is the correct time for a Prism. Again, if you see any mistakes, please let me know below. Just trying to analyze this, seeing like what's the correct play, depending on the situation in game. But very, very possible I could be just thinking about the deck wrong. That looks like a Wildfire. Yes. It's a sorcery, so I'm not gonna do much with that. I think this is our time to go off though. Gonna go Island. Especially if they don't play a land like that's such an obvious Prism Vivid turn, right? Yeah, okay. Thirsting Roots. So, okay. I don't think they have Anul in their hand right now, so I'm gonna play Swamp. I'm gonna go here. Hold on. I could actually use the Woodlot mana for this. I think that's better. Because I can Dispel it if something goes wrong. I'm gonna pay 2 like that. Done. Cool. Then we go Scary. Then we go Peatbog. Then we go Vivisurgence Insight. Then we go here, 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 here. Then we say done. We can actually go further. Do we want to go further? I mean, I don't think there's much wrong with going further. I would need to spend 2 mana for the prism. I mean, not for the prism, but like from the prism, which isn't great. If I wanted to cast Steady Progress, I could just hold up this spell. I could cast Thirsting Roots, that's free. I mean, yeah, casting Thirsting Roots feels pretty natural here. I don't really care about storm turns because of Weather the Storm, so that's good. Just gonna use my value here. I don't think we can get much more than this. And I'm just gonna pass. 3 poison counters already, pretty good. We have a Dispel ready. I also want to find some of my Pyroblasts and stuff like that. They're gonna go 3 mana for a Muldrifter. That is a-okay. If they go for an Ephemerate, they go for an Ephemerate. I'm not gonna allow that. I'm gonna Dispel, which means the Muldrifter does draw 2, but it dies and they have no target for Ephemerate, which is exactly where we want to be. And guess who has free reign again? It's us. So that is pretty sweet. We find the Manamorphose as well. That is really good. I'm gonna play this island, I believe. I'm gonna go Scary Woodlot, probably Swamp, just go Vivisurgence Insight. We're gonna proliferate there. Done. This Prism is doing some wonders, I think. Infectious Inquiry is good. Steady Progress it doesn't do the same thing, it does a similar thing. But this lets us proliferate. I'm gonna do that. We have 5 counters on the Prism. Find an Augury, which is basically free. I think I wanna find a wow. Definitely not a Fairy Macabre, but on the other hand, give me it, I suppose. Better than lands. I'm gonna proliferate. They're at 6. We could go Manamorphose, but again, it doesn't make much sense anymore. I think I should have... Yeah, I think I made a mistake. I think I should have used the mana from the Prism earlier. I mean, I can use it now too, but I have 8 cards. I could go Manamorphose into Steady Progress, which is like pretty cool. Could go for Pyros then. Okay, I'm gonna do it, I think. When we go double black, let's go Manamorphose. I'm gonna go blue. I could go blue, black. Find more Lorians. Okay. Do I go for Infectious Inquiry or just cycle Steady Progress? I think I just cycle Steady Progress here. Yeah, let's go put them to 7. If you find a Pyro, it's nice. Let's go to combat. We can discard Sandstone Needle. We don't have much proliferation. I think I will go... if this game goes long, the Needle could actually be really good. Okay, we have a Scary. We have a lot of mana. I'm gonna discard the Sandstone Needle, yes. We have a Pyro ready, we have double Fairy Maca for their Archaeomancers. This feels pretty good. The way this game is going tells me I maybe sideboarded pretty okay, but I could be wrong. If they play Archaeomancer, we are pretty happy about this. It's a Mystic. We can try to Pyro it. I think it's one of the better ways to use a Pyroblast. At the same time, do we care about Mystic? I think the answer is no. This reminds me of a game we played with Rubystorm. They also played Familiar. They played Mystic in Familiars. And I was like, should I play Pyro? And the answer was no, because this doesn't really help them. We want to slam Lorients and win with Proliferation, right? That's our plan here. We can also just Pyro this whenever the hell we want. We can also protect a Lorient with that, so. Another Pentat Prism Lord, that's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go Scary Woodlot and Swamp. I'm gonna cast the Lorient first. See, now we can protect Lorient if they have Pyro in hand. Wait, if they have Pyro, this doesn't work. This would need to be... Okay, whatever, we have Dispel now. Okay, let me cook here. I will try to go for a Prism. We're gonna go 1 and 2. And this is looking quite nice, not gonna lie. I'm gonna go Experimental Augury here. Find the Thirsting Roots, another Pentat Prism. I'm gonna take Thirsting Roots. Any order, I'm gonna go Proliferate on everything. Can't forget anymore. I have double Pyro, which is pretty interesting. I can literally also just go Lorient Revealed. I'm making mana on Thirsting Roots, which is pretty wild. I'm gonna go Thirsting Roots, I think. I'm gonna Proliferate. Not gonna lie, when I made the mistake in the first game against them, I wanted to quit, but I'm glad we persevered. I guess I can just cast an Inquiry, right? There's nothing they can do about it, so. Wow, this was a domination. This is actually supposed to be an extremely difficult matchup from what I know, but this was good. They said GG and we beat Jeskai Ephemerate 2-0. I didn't expect this at all. This is sweet. So Perma Surfer is the next opponent. They are surfing permanently, it looks like. Interesting. We also find a pretty decent hand. I think I want to keep this. This is cool. Plus Swamp. Fear of Lost Teeth. Interesting. Could this be like some variation of a burn deck? Or maybe our burn deck? I remember building a deck with Fear of Lost Teeth very, very vividly back in the day. It was actually so fun. It was like a black burn with creature sacrifice sub team. Actually, it was pretty good. We won a lot of games with that. Regardless, I think we start on a Woodlot because we can use the Morphos on it and we can use the green mana to transform into something else. It depends how aggressive will they be. That's kind of what I want to see here. They also play Swamps only. Okay. Think we're gonna get swung by the Fear. They play Kiss. Yeah, this is the deck. I remember just vividly recording this video. I think it was on Patreon. It was like this very cool deck with Serrated Scorpion, and in some versions of it I also played Red and Blightning, but I actually enjoyed the mono black version a little bit more after all. As cool as Blightning is just having a mana base with just one color allows you to be super untapped and super fast. So we got Vampire's Kissed, and then do we need to do something here or can we just wait a little bit? I'm tempted to just play the Peat Bog, right? If I don't, what can I do? I can Woodlot Manamorphose Contentious Plan or Prologue. That's not ideal. I think I'm just gonna go for the Peat Bog here. We are not super pressured by them right now. We've lost just 3 life. The only thing they have on the board is Fear of Lost Teeth. More Swamps. This one has a different art. Interesting. 1-2. Okay, yes, Eviscerator's Insight. I remember playing Eviscerator's Insight in the deck because I felt like Village Rites, even though they are 1 mana cheaper, the fact that you can't flashback them means I run out of cards. Shambling Ghast, that's a new one though. That's a new one. I don't know about Shambling Ghast in these decks. Already very interesting. Again, doesn't apply so much pressure to us. Doesn't apply so much pressure, so we can kinda chill, I feel like. Sandstone Needle, okay. Sandstone Needle is interesting. I just realized there's no breath weapons even in the sideboard of this deck. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna play Woodlot. I'm gonna just sandbag this island as much as I can, to be completely honest here. I will be sandbagging this island forever. We're gonna Morphos double blue, just go inside probably. I can't even imagine playing a Needle next turn and passing too. It depends what they do though. I don't wanna like do nothing too hard here. They play an Offering too. Looks like some variation of Gardens almost. Maybe combined with Burn. Whoa, Persistent Specimen? Now that's different right there. You never see this card in Pauper. If you go super grindy, it's not bad. Do you think they maybe play like Witch's Cauldron? If they do, I'm so impressed by this brew. I always wanted to build a deck with Witch's Cauldron. I almost did it, like a zombie deck with Witch's Cauldron. Let me know below if you guys want to see it. Because I feel like Witch's Cauldron can actually be such a good card advantage source. For just 1 mana, mind that. You know, the activation costs 2, but still, a mountain. How much do I want to sandbag this? I think not any longer, right? Yeah. I'm gonna tap the Woodlot, let's go Manamorphose, we do double blue. I'm gonna tap 2 here, I'm gonna go Prologue to Phyresis. Poison counter, oh, we do find the weather. I don't think we're surprisingly casting that this turn. I'm gonna go Insight. And we basically like just drew some triple weather. That feels nice. The opponent is in shambles with their creature removal. Woodlot Needle, still not enough blue sources to my liking, to be completely honest here. Do we need 3 weather storms? I mean, maybe, depending on how long this game will be. I don't know, I feel like I don't need the mountain. And did I play Needle already? I did not, so I guess I can ditch the Woodlot. But I also have no red in the main. This is just like here for the mana. Yeah, okay. Let's ditch 2 lands and see what's gonna happen. A blue source would be extremely appreciated here. We do be at 14. We can like snap weather, you know, or contentious plan weather, but if he contentious plan, that's a main phase thing, so we can snap contentious plan weather 9 life, maybe get somewhere with our lives. That's pretty cool. They can flashback the Insight whenever they want. Okay, or play a new one, Yep. Fear of Lost Teeth. A lot of 1-drops in this. Curious. Cry of Contrition. Yeah, I know this card. Can't say I like it. I'm gonna discard 1 Weather Storm. Do you think they will kill the creature already? Because I wanna snap it. I wanna snap it bad. Oh yeah. So I need to read what exactly Haunt does. It says, when this spell card is put into graveyard after resolving, exile it haunting target creature. When it dies, I discard a card. Okay, let's draw first. We find an Augury, which could help us find a blue source, from all I know. I'm gonna play a Hickory Woodlot. I'm gonna play this, tap these. I'm gonna go for the Experimental Augury. I could wait, but at the same time, I don't really want to. Okay, I can go Inquiry Weather. It's pretty good. Wait, is that good? Yeah, probably. Has to be. Already picked it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tap the Peat Bog. Let's go Infectious Inquiry. Draw 2. Thirsting Roots do be really good. Infectious Inquiry as well. We have 1 weather left. I'm gonna go weather here, main phase. This is only for 9, I think, but it's good enough against what they're doing. We also have 1 weather, and this one will be the real weather storm, I think. I'm scared of this specimen. Maybe I should have snapped it. I don't know, because I feel like if they have Village Rites in their hand and I try to snap it, I'm in terrible shape. Crypt Rats. Holy. Is this 1-drop Gardens tribal? Like, what are we watching here? You know what I mean? Still pretty interesting though. Vivisurgence Insight. Okay. I will attempt to snap the Crypt Rats, probably. See what their response will be. Right? Is that good? I think I kind of like it. Let's go. If they want to wipe their whole board off that, I think I'm okay with it. Okay, that worked. I'm gonna go. I should have probably tapped differently then. But I think this blue source will also be pretty relevant. I'm gonna cast this. I'm gonna search for basic. That basic being definitely an island. Vivisurgence Insight into Weather the Storm. Can we do Vivisurgence Insight Inquiry Weather the Storm? That's 10 mana. I have 10 mana, so I potentially should be able to do that. Okay, let's go Vivisurgence Insight. Proliferate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty cool. I'm really like kind of bummed out about not having enough blue sources here. I can go Infectious Inquiry, find a Snap and a Pentat Prism. Do I play the Pentat Prism? Am I like dead? If they play Crypt, dude, I could be dead. Storm count is 4. I'm super scared of those Crypt Rats, dude. Super scared. Next turn, I have some insane turns though. If I just leave this be. How many weathers do I have? 1 more left in the deck. This is 12 life. Oh my god, okay. If I would discard something, what would it be? Definitely the Inquiry. I'm gonna wait on this weather. I'm gonna be a little greedy. We can also weather on their turn if they give us enough value. Discard the Inquiry, don't need it. With this Prism, we should be okay. Like forever, basically. Fuck, Duress? No. Gonna take my Prism or the weather. I mean, honestly, both kinda suck. They play Duress main deck. Damn. You know, that's good. Duress is definitely a card you wanna see against our deck. But they take the weather. They don't like the weather. Alright. I'm gonna try to kill you next turn then. Crypt Rats. 4, that's 6. 2. Yeah, we're almost dead. Yeah, we are almost dead, definitely. Maybe I should have cast the weather then, but then they would take the Prism. I also want the Prism, kinda. I could have cast the weather. I'm not sure if that was even good though. Find the Manamorphose. Hello. Let's go Woodlot Peat Bog. Cast the Pentat Prism. 1, 2. Done. Let's go Manamorphose. Let's double blue it up. Find a Peat Bog. Okay. I don't hate it actually. Let's play Peat Bog. Let's try to snap these Crypt Rats. It actually worked. I think that was a mistake. They probably should have sacrificed. I'm gonna go Peat Bog Woodlot. And I'm gonna go tap the Peat Bog. We're gonna go Experimental Augury here. Snap. Ooh, snap you say. If they have a sack spell, they probably would have used it. Yeah, I can try to snap the specimen and make more mana. That feels like a good thing. Let's try it. If they have a sacrifice spell in response, I think I will be pretty sad, but if they don't, we are in an awesome position again. 7, okay. I think I'm gonna go for an Augury number 2. Contentious Plan feels sweet. We can also just kill them probably, to be honest. Without a single Suppressant Scary, by the way, that is cool. Contentious Plan with Resurgence inside, they are probably just dead. I want to try the snap. I want to see how they play. If they had something going on or not. Gonna pay the 1. Think I'm gonna untap, it doesn't really matter. Did you have a sacrifice spell? They did not. Let's go Beatbook, untap an island too, why not? We're gonna go Woodlot, Contentious Plan. Oh, yeah. Woodlot does tap for green. Good to know now. Let's proliferate. We're gonna proliferate on everything. Manamorphose. That's cool. I'm gonna Manamorphose too. Let's go double blue. Contentious Plan. Okay. I'm gonna Vivisurgence Insight. Finish them off. And that's the first game. That was cool. I did enjoy this. Oh, we also played the breath weapons in the sideboard. I don't know why. I didn't know that's the case for some reason. I did not know. Okay, so I don't think the snaps are very good, but I do think the weathers are actually pretty, like, important for us. Fairy Maca, because of a persistent skeleton and Eviscerator's Insight, doesn't seem like the right call. This spell could be very powerful, but also just trying to control the board feels pretty important too. So I'm gonna actually drop in 3 Cannonades and not bring any Dispels. If they bring, like, you know, I have no idea what are they playing basically. If they have like Wrench Mind or something, I can definitely bring in, not even, that's not an instant, right? So I don't even know what would they be playing for me to want to bring a Dispel. So yeah, I think we did a pretty good decision in the sideboarding. We made one. 7 cards, 0 lands. We need to mulligan this one. Wow, that's a hand. Triple Manamorphose. I mean, it's playable. I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna ditch 1 Manamorphose, I guess. I'm gonna lead on a Needle, I think. Swamp. Probably one of their many 1-drops. Oh no, Duress. This is not game ending no matter what they take. They're gonna take the Manamorphose, especially if they have double Duress. That would be a problem suddenly. And we do not play Envelopes, so we can't really fight off Duresses. Pentad Prism is amazing, no question about that. Are you gonna Duress me again? No, it's a Shambling Ghast. Well, still could be Swamp another Duress, for all I know, right? They also kept a 1-lander, interesting. We can go Inquiry, we can go Pentad Prism. Pretty interesting, right? What do we want to do? Well, we're playing the Swamp. We go Prism, I have 1 mana left. I can go double Morphose, hopefully draw into something, but being hopeful here, I don't know how good that really is. Do we need to sack the Needle next turn no matter what? I hope not. I mean, I do want to play the Prism, I don't want it to get duressed. Question is, do we like remove a counter from the Prism? Go Manamorphose, hope for something good? Or are we being a little bit greedy here? Not go for the Manamorphosis. I think I should go for the Manamorphose here, actually. I'm gonna go Manamorphose. I'll go double blue. Well, no, there's no reason to go double blue, right? If I draw Weather, what else is there in the 2-drop section? Okay, we could find Thirsting Roots, we could find Snap. Yeah, we're gonna go blue-green. Blue-green is the right one here. Lorien, that's good. Gonna Morphose again. Blue-green again. Another Pentad Prism, that's actually really sweet. I'm glad I went 2 different colors. Double Prism here on turn 2. That's how you do it, I guess. Since they're on 1 land, what we only fear is another Duress. Fear of Lost Teeth, that's okay. We're gonna take 1 damage here. We had a lot of good hits, by the way. Prism was good, Thirsting Roots were amazing, some Contentious Plans, some Experimental Auguries. Just a lot of great hits overall, I think. Oh my god, the Contentious Plan? Yes, be my guest. I love this. We're gonna definitely just slam the plan so that we can use the Needle. Yeah, this is perfect. Contentious Plan again. They love us out here. They love us. I'm gonna cycle the Lorien. I hope I don't need more card draw. We have a lot of it in the hand right now. I'm gonna go Island. I'm gonna go Contentious Plan. Proliferate. Thirsting Roots? God damn, that's incredible. Do I just go Thirsting Roots? I can. Although it would be nice to maybe save it for the Inquiry, right? I don't need to be this greedy. I can do it of the Prisms or I can do it of the Needles. Nah, I'm gonna do it of the Prisms, which is pretty greedy, but I'm gonna try it. Let's go Infectious Inquiry. Okay, we find a Lorien. I'm gonna go Thirsting Roots. This is turn 3, by the way. This is kinda awesome, not gonna lie. Gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we are chilling really, really hard. We can go steady progress of the needle or even of the island, right? I'm gonna keep this Lorien. We could fizzle. Look at us. So many cards in the graveyard on turn 3. I absolutely am starting to understand why people like Kali guys are saying that storm decks are so fun to play. They really are. Especially if you can play them well. They seem to be so rewarding. It's really, really sweet. Thirsting Roots? My god, that's awesome. Okay. First off, let's actually go steady progress. Let's proliferate on everything. Suppress and scary. Yep, that's really good too. Okay, in that case, I'm just gonna go... Actually, a steady progress here. Experimental augury. They don't want us to stop, it looks like. And I'm not gonna be mad about that. I'm actually... Let's embrace it. Fiery Cannonade, Suppress and scary. Yeah, we are definitely casting the Lorien soon enough. Pentat Prism, I mean, that's too much, I feel like. Fiery Cannonade also doesn't feel necessary. We have 4 weathers in the deck. I'm gonna take another Pentat Prism for the funsies. Let's do any order. We can actually cast the Prism of the Prism. Look, we can just cast the Prism of the Prism and then Thirsting Roots. Dear lord, that's fun. Do we Thirsting Roots now or do we Thirsting Roots later? I think we do it now. I could also just Lorien, but I think I'm good on this. I'm gonna proliferate on everything, and yeah, this is just cheating at this point. We have 8 mana here. I could use the prisms to, to go for the Lorien, maybe even win this turn. Hell, what do I know? But I don't feel like I'm under any pressure. Well, I am. If they duress me, I'm pretty screwed. If they just sacrifice something and draw, I'm happy. I should have Lorient. I definitely should. This is like very dangerous. This is the only way we lose, right? If they duress me now and I lose the Lorien. Definitely a mistake here on my part. Create a treasure. Still could be the duress. Still could be the duress. Okay, looks like that's not gonna be the case. Well, still a second main phase to go through. Okay, end step. That is awesome. Find the Suppress and scary. We play, I think, like 1 snap, maybe 0, honestly. Before I play the scary, let's just do this and go for the Lorien here. Find another Lorien revealed. Okay, let's cast that then. Would be nice to find some proliferation. Or not. Do I want to do anything from this? I don't think I do. I'm just gonna play another scary and just chill. Next turn we're gonna go Manamorphose Prologue. Don't want to deplete my prisms, of course. I tapped wrong, I realized. I tapped scary and an island for the Lorien. Should have tapped Needle. We're gonna go Offering again. They're finally starting to play the game. Even now, duress is not that much of a problem anymore for us, so that's nice. Fear of Lost Teeth, yep, attack for 1. We're gonna go for a pretty big storm turn, I think, here. Weather, okay. Let's go Sandstone Needle, Manamorphose. We're gonna go double blue, Hickory Woodlot. I'm gonna add a black to that, let's Prologue. We win the game. I'm interested what would we draw. Infectious Inquiry, which would draw Weather and an Augury. With the Augury we would find another Augury. Or actually, we would find an Insight. That's good game already. Okay, sweet game against Mono Black something. Honestly, didn't even know what that was, but it was an interesting deck. And we got to try a lot of the, very early, a lot of prisms, a lot of mana. Was a lot of fun to do this. I'll see you in the conclusion. So this deck is definitely a lot of fun to play. At first, I thought it would be easier than Ruby Storm, which is the deck we played yesterday. It actually is not. You have to think a lot about your colors and how much you want to save your Weather Storm for a big explosive turn, or how much you want to play it right now for like 9 to 12 life and stuff like that. So that is pretty interesting. I think the deck is built super well. I love the 4 copies of Weather in the main and 3 snaps. I think 5 ways to give your opponent and poison counter is precisely enough. It looks like William knows what he's doing, right? I love the Dispel in the sideboard. I love the Pyroblasts. Again, your biggest enemy is Counter Magic. I think number 2 is Artifact Hate, and number 3, or maybe number 2, those are very interchangeable. Are decks that just go really, really hard and try to beat you down before you can get a big Weather Storm out. The card draw and card advantage of this deck is pretty incredible. I love the Thirsting Roots. I love all of the depletion lands. The deck is built in a way where even if you don't get a blue source super early, you can still function thanks to the Pentat Prism, Thirsting Roots, and Manamorphose, so I can only appreciate that. And the surviving power of this deck is very high with quadruple Weather Storm and 2 Moments pieces in the sideboard as well. A lot of decks have to work super hard to generate, more mana than usual. For you, it's not really a problem because you are running the depletion lands, which with proliferation won't truly deplete anytime soon, which is pretty awesome for you. And it actually creates some pretty unfair turns and games if you can draw well enough. But even with your average draw, this deck can hold its own pretty well, I think. I didn't have the opportunity to go against a very aggressive deck. We usually went against mid-range / control decks. I did go against a Teamer Affinity deck. You guys probably didn't see that game. It was super long and sloppy from my side, but they actually went really aggressive, and I lost on time, but I actually had the win in my hand, so it's possible to beat those pretty aggressive decks too. And even though this deck seems pretty daunting and the skill ceiling of this one is probably very high, I feel like it's not that difficult to learn, and it feels pretty rewarding when you do. You get to take, again, like with some other Storm decks, you get to take a lot of game actions, and it's a lot of fun to play. Definitely let me know below what mistakes I made in the games, because I'm sure there were a few, right? Since this is my first time playing. It was a lot of fun for me, and I hope it was a lot of fun for you as well. And I will see you soon. Have a great rest of your day, and bye.